Hello beauties, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Yemi and this channel is all about inspiring you to own your life, live up to your potentials and to be your best self. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today we are going to be talking about the emotion disappointment, okay? Because I feel like this is one feeling, this is an emotion that we all kind of will experience in life at one point or the other. You're either going to be disappointed in someone or in yourself or even at a situation, right? So yes, this is something that we all need to learn how to handle, and the purpose of this video is to help you gain a better understanding of the emotion disappointment and also help you to set realistic expectations. So I'm going to be sharing some points on how to set realistic expectations, okay? So if you're interested in this video, which I will encourage you to be, okay, I hope you watch the video till the end, and yeah, subscribe before you click out of the video. And that will probably be the end of the video, okay? So yeah, let's just get straight into it. First things first, how did disappointment happen? Okay, and I'm going to read something that I saw online for you guys. But before I even read that, I want to just share my own understanding of how this disappointment happened, right? And I think it arises due to like on your expectations not met, when your expectation was not met, and that left a negative event or a negative feeling or a negative happening. Basically, let's say for example, I expected that my friend would tell her dad, her influential dad, that I'm looking for a job and just help to fast track my application, but she didn't, and now I am stranded. I don't have a job. Or I expected my boyfriend, my partner, to stay with me together till the end of time. I expected this relationship to be the one that will end up leading me to marriage, but then I found out something that my expectation was not met because the guy did not, was not the person that I thought him to be, and that left me stranded. Now I am single again, right? So when your expectation is not met, that leaves you with a negative feeling or a negative event. Because I feel like if there is no negative feeling, it means that you've made excuse for that person even though your expectation was not met, right? So when it is disappointment is when it has left a negative feeling with you, or a negative event, or something has happened, either a feeling or an event, or something has genuinely happened based on the fact that your expectation from somebody was not met, or from yourself. We can be disappointed in ourselves. I'm just going to quickly read something that I saw online, and it says disappointment is the negative emotion you feel when an outcome doesn't match up to your expectations. It is characterized by feelings of sadness, loss, anger, and frustration. Disappointment is an unavoidable part of life, but it's not always easy to deal with, even if your setback is relatively minor, right? And I just thought to check, and I did it just now, like how does disappointment happen, and just to get a better understanding aside from what I think, the reason why I think it happens. And it says even if the setback is minor, you can still feel that emotion, disappointment, right? So yeah, now that we know how it happens based on the fact that your expectations were not met, okay? Your expectations were not met, and that's why you are disappointment. So now let's take it a little bit further, because a lot of times people would say don't have expectations. If you have less expectations from people, you will get less disappointment, which is something that which is a school of thought where I used to, is a principle that I used to follow in the past, but it's not the best. Trust me, right? Having expectations means that you're alive. Having expectation is hope, right? It's trust. In some cases, I have expectations from you because I kind of trust you, because I see you as this person, and then I trust that you will be this person for longer, right? Yeah, so having expectation is good. Is hope. It means that you're alive, okay? Now just sharing briefly my personal experience. So I used to have low expectations from people. I had low expectations from people, and I had less disappointment. So I would hardly feel disappointed in people because I had very low expectations from there. If you're not like my close circle, like my friends or my family, like I had really low expectations from people. So if somebody just does something that I don't like, I'm just like, you know what, that's how people are. And early on, I saw how disappointment really affected people around me. I saw how badly hurt people were and how that level of disappointment did not help them to move forward in life. And I kind of like guarded myself against it early on as a teenager. I quickly learned that, having expectations from people will just really leave you stranded in life. So I kind of guarded myself against that. Like, I just tried as much as possible not to give too much to people. I didn't have expectation from people. I didn't give too much, but that left me. Yeah, it did work for me as a teenager, as a young adult. Yeah, that was fine. But then if you look critically at it, having expectation is part of life, because you get to learn, you get to grow, you get to become a better person. And I think that was one of the things that he did for me, because I just limited myself. I wasn't able to learn, to grow, and to just feel what I was supposed to feel as a person, right? So basically, I wasn't giving up myself to love, to learn, and to grow. And that's not a good place to be for anybody, right? So what I'm just trying to say in essence is that it's okay to have expectations from people. Now, the issue is when you now have unrealistic expectations from people. That's when, you have set yourself up for mess up. That's when you have set yourself up. Oh God, what am I saying? That's like really when you have set yourself up for disappointment. But yes, even if you do not set yourself up for disappointment will still happen in life. We all hope it doesn't happen, but it will still happen in life. No matter how prepared you are for that interview, you tried your best, it's very likely, it's very possible that it's a 50-50 chance. There's a high chance that they will call you back for the job, and there's another 50% chance that they wouldn't call you back for the job, and you might be disappointed. You might be disappointed as a result of that. So yes, it's okay to have expectations, but the issue is having unrealistic expectations, which takes me to the next part of this video. How do you set realistic expectations? Okay, so towards the end of last year, not even towards the end of last year, I think I was really disappointed at someone really, really close to me. From I think 2020 till not 2020, I think 2021 to the end of last year, that I was really, really able to get over that feeling. I was able to learn and just really forgive and just let go of that feeling of disappointment and just move on, right? And one thing I learned, and this particular phrase that I'm going to say in this video is something that was dropped in my heart by the Holy Spirit, and that was something that really helped me to let go. And the phrase that I heard so clearly in my spirit was, expectations without awareness leads to frustration. And I'm going to say that again. Expectations without awareness leads to frustration. And when that phrase just dropped in my spirit, I kind of I was like, okay, where's this? What's this about? And I started to learn, and I started to unpack that phrase, and I started to just dig deeper into that particular phrase to see what it's saying about this feeling and about this situation. And that's why I'm sharing this in today's video. So expectations without awareness leads to frustration. So expectation, awareness, and frustration. So frustration could be, that feeling of disappointment, right? Now, I started to dig deeper into that awareness part. And that was when I started to look deeper at it, that, okay, this person that I expected this much from, and I didn't get that much from that person, that made me disappointed, because I thought this was this person, I thought this person was this particular, I thought I could trust this person, I thought I could lean on this person, I thought I could depend on this person, because they are supposed to be there for me, right? I thought I could depend on them if things go wrong, but then they just proved to me that really, I felt like they really did not care about me, or the person does not really care about me. And I was really disappointed, because I had put this person at this pedestal that, come what may, this person will always have my back, and this person will be there for me. Basically, I don't want to go into too much details, but I was really, really disappointed. And like I said, it took a while for me to get over it, right? So and I started to dig deeper into that part of awareness, and one thing I learned is that person has always been who the person that was revealed to me in this period, right? That's the person's behavior, that's the person's character all through my journey with that person. That has been who the person really is. It's not like the person changed. I was just not aware of those characteristics about that person. I was just not aware, and I started to look at it deeply, look at the situation deeply, look at that person's personality deeply, look at my personality deeply, look at my expectations from them. Now that I was aware of the kind of person they are, and I realized that, oh, I didn't set my expectations clearly. Like I had set unrealistic expectations from that person, and I'm just going to share 3 things that I learned just by digging deeper into that phrase with you guys today. Okay, I apologize if this video is getting too long, but I just want us to get, like I said, the purpose of this video is for us to get a deeper understanding of that feeling and just learn to let go, because I feel like if you have a deeper understanding of what you're feeling, you're able to feel and forgive. And I think that's the 2 key words. Everything I'm going to say today will just be summarized under feeling and forgiving. Feeling that emotion, forgiving means letting go of that feeling. So 3 things that I just want you to know, and this will help you set realistic expectations, basically. So the first thing is more like a question, and I like to use questions a lot just because I feel like it sparks your curiosity. So the first question is, are you aware of what it takes or what it would cost to meet your expectations? So just like when you're trying to set expectations and just to check that your expectation is a realistic one, the first question to ask yourself is, are you aware? Do you know what it would cost to meet your expectations? Do you know what it costs to live up to your expectations? Do you know what it will cost to give you that thing that you're demanding from another person? Do you know what it will cost them? Let's take, for example, I'm just going to bring like 2 scenarios. Let's take, for example, you are best friends with this person that, they're very influential, and you have this expectation that, my friend's father is very influential. Once I graduate from school, I'm just going to speak to my friend. My friend's dad is going to help me get a job, and your friend just gets a job, pam, pam, pam. And then you're expecting that she's able to talk to your dad, and maybe you even voice it out and tell her that, oh, speak to your dad for me so that I can get a job quickly and things like that. And she never did that. And you're just there getting angry that your friend is not supportive, right? Are you aware of what it costs to meet that expectation? Are you aware of the relationship that, that your friend has with their father? Are you really, like, if your answer is yes, that's perfect. I'm just using this example. It might not be the perfect example, but just take it as it is, okay? Are you really aware of the kind of relationship she has with her father? Are you aware of the reason why this particular, the father is doing this? There's a particular story I read of a father who constantly abuses the child, right? And he would lavish things, he would do things for the child so that the child would not see that thing as a bad thing right from, a young age, and so that the child would not get exposed and so that the child would not lack, But over time, as the child grew up, the child knew that, this particular lady knew that what the father is doing is wrong, and she started to detest the man because he made her believe and things like that. Now, there's this friend having expectations, wanting this girl to go to the dad to get things and get things and get things. But she actually enjoys benefit from the father, not because she requested, not because she has a good relationship with the father, but just because he's trying to cover up something. Right? So, but you as the person, the other friend wasn't really aware of that kind of relationship. She just knows that, oh, this father loves the daughter so much and will give her anything. So if she should just ask, the father will probably help her because, So that's just one example. And, it may not be the perfect example again, but just so you know that, are you aware of what it would cost? You want this man, your boyfriend, to buy you flowers. You want him to propose to you on the moon. Are you aware of what it would cost to meet that expectation? Okay, that's the first thing you need to know when you're setting those expectations. And then the second thing I would say is, can you do this, like that expectation? Can you do that particular thing that you're requesting? Or can you be that? Maybe it's an image, or you want them to be a certain kind of person for you. Okay, can you do this, or can you be this? Can you do what you're expecting another person to do? Now, here's it. If your answer is yes, could you have been that person or do that thing at the phase that person is currently in? Could you do this 5 years ago? And I know it's very easy for us, and I'm going to break it down. I feel like the way I wrote it down doesn't really make sense, but I'm going to explain better. So what I'm basically saying is that, can you be this person, or can you do what you're requesting from another person? Can you be the person that you're requesting another person to be for you? Can you do that? And it's very easy for us to say, yes, I can do that. I would not ask somebody to do what I cannot even do for others, right? Okay, let's assume your answer is yes. But if you are, which boils down to awareness again, could you have done this thing that you're saying 5 years ago? Because the person that you are now, matured, all grown, rich, available, you've got all the resources, you're pretty, everything that you are right now. If you look back 5 years ago, do a throwback, you were not this matured. You did not know all of the things you know now. You did not have all of the resources you have now. You did not have all of the knowledge that you have now. You're not this person that you are now 5 years ago. Now imagine that that person that you're requesting this from is you 5 years ago, right? Imagine that that person is you 5 years ago, and somebody is at the current phase that you're in life now, and the person is demanding that you be who you are now 5 years ago. You know, do you think there would have been a form of disappointment in that angle? You know, do you just think? Because a lot of times we set these expectations, we assume, yes, I can do it. Yes, I can do it for my friend. I can be this person. But really look at it. Look at the face of life. Be aware of the face that person is. Do you think that person has those resources available? Do you think that person buys that school of thought, buys that idea that you already know now? Let's say you're more aware now, you know that, okay, gender roles is not like, it's not important to you. Like you don't want this, but this person is still stuck in the traditional mindset, and you're demanding that this person be who you are now. Whereas 5 years ago, you grew up in a traditional home, or maybe 10 years ago, you grew up in a traditional family where your dad had his own role, your mom had their own role, and they worked properly. And maybe you saw some of the errors as you were growing up. You started to learn, you got more exposure, and you decided that, oh, gender roles is not going to be a thing for you. But you're here meeting somebody that is still in that traditional age, and because it's your age mate, and you guys met so place, and you just assume that that person should be this kind of person that you want him to be for you. Could you have done it some years ago? I just want you to think. And if your answer is still yes, again, that's fine. That's perfect. You know that, okay, you're setting a realistic expectation. But more than anything, it's not about you when you're setting expectation. It's about the other person. Can they do it? Do they have the resources? Do you... Remember the first thing I said, it was that, you know, are you aware of what it would cost? Not just being aware of what it would cost. Are you aware of... The second point is more like, are you aware of what it would cost that person that you're demanding from at that current phase of life? And again, let us be graceful to other people. It's easy again to say that, yes, I can do it. People should stretch for you. That shows love. Hey, it's only Jesus Christ that can do the most for us, okay? It's only Jesus that can do the most for you, okay? So stop setting unrealistic expectations from people. Just know that, just be aware. That's what I'm saying. Be aware, number one, and number two. And then number three, do you have a proper understanding of the role of people in your life at every phase? Okay, do you have a proper understanding of the role of people in your life at every phase? Now, let's say disappointment with the family. Now, I think I've been using the example of friendship and, you know, relationship, and, you know, let's talk about family dynamics with this particular third point. Okay, do you have a proper understanding of people's role in your life at every phase? Now, your parents' role, for example, in your life, maybe you're currently disappointed at your parents, right? At a parent, at a sponsor, or things like that. You know, your parents at some point in life will nurture you, will provide for you, will take care of you, will house you, will teach you, and all of those things. But when you get to a certain age, they can no longer provide certain things for you. Not because they are not the best parents in the world, not because they are, but because they just cannot be that person for you anymore. They just cannot be that person for you anymore. And that's why we need to have a proper understanding of people's roles in our life. This one was a hard one for me, because the person that had disappointed me was a family member. And this was one of the things that as I was digging deeper into that awareness, and it just made me understand that, am I aware of the different phases of life that your parents can assist you in and how they can assist you. Like, we always have expectations of our parents, and the roles of people. We have this so much belief, and we just have so much expectations, right? And we don't really understand the role that these people play in our life and at different phases of life. So basically, not to prolong this, do you have a proper understanding of the role people play in your life at every phase of life? And these are just the three things that, I just want you to really look at before you set any expectation from people. These are the three things that I feel like if you think deeply about, you would know whether you're setting unrealistic expectations or not. So just to wrap it up and just, conclude this video, let me know how you have been able to handle disappointment in the past. And let me know if these three things that I've mentioned has been really helpful, has been insightful, eye-opening for you. I'd really love to know your thoughts on these three things. So basically, in conclusion, what I'm going to say is that whenever you're setting expectations from people, consciously or unconsciously, I want you to now, henceforth, take these three things into consideration. Whenever you're setting expectations, it would help you let go of disappointment. It will help you give grace to people. It would help you to just understand people's roles in your life better and, just minimize the amount of disappointment that you are prone to. Okay? All right, so that would be all for today's video. If you really enjoyed the video, please let me know. Give this video a thumbs up. I know you enjoyed it. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I know this particular video is long, but yes, you have to bear with me because I just really needed to break it down in this video. Okay, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for watching. As always, you are amazing and I love you all of you. I do love you. All right, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.